The FBI has now sent out a nationwide alert on the Maura Murray case, which will help agencies from across the country better investigate the case.
Maura Murray's disappearance is one of the most baffling mysteries of the 21st century.
On February 9th, 2004, Murray took money out of her bank account, drove north, crashed her car in Woodsville, New Hampshire, and was never seen again. These digital billboards will be up all month.
One moment. She's a college student heading out of town for an unknown reason.
I can tell you that no evidence was found in connection with that case.
The latest chapter in the search for Maura Murray has led to another dead end.
The next, her car is found abandoned on a remote road, with no sign of her anywhere. Was it a simple escape from the pressures of life, or did something far more sinister happen that night? Strange clues, an abandoned car, a missing woman, and a trail of unanswered questions. This case has stumped investigators for nearly 20 years. And the internet has only fueled the fire with countless theories, but the truth remains elusive. Will the mystery of Maura Murray ever be solved? Keep watching to learn more about the strange events that led to her vanishing. The disappearance. Maura Murray was a bright, athletic young woman with a promising future ahead of her. But on February 9, 2004, her life took an unexpected turn. That day, Maura sent an email to her professor, claiming there had been a death in the family, though this wasn't true. She packed up her things, got into her car, and withdrew most of the money from her bank account. After a quick stop at a liquor store, where she bought several bottles of alcohol, Maura drove off into the unknown. Her exact destination remains unclear, though investigators discovered she had mapped a route to Burlington, Vermont, even though she never made it there. What's odd is that Maura had strong connections to New Hampshire, a place her family frequented, making it possible that she was headed there. It was around 4:30 p.m. when Maura made her last known phone call, checking her voicemail. After this, her phone went silent for several hours. By 7:30 p.m., Maura's car was found off the road in Haverhill, New Hampshire. The area was remote, known for its winding roads and lack of cell service. A local resident who found the car noted that Maura appeared shaken but unharmed. She claimed to have already contacted AAA, but this raised suspicions, as the area's poor cell service made such a claim unlikely. Just 7 to 10 minutes later, the police arrived at the scene, but Maura was nowhere to be found. The car was locked, and there were no signs of a struggle. Her belongings were left behind, including some books and a bottle of alcohol. But there was no sign of Maura, no footprints in the snow, nothing that could explain her sudden disappearance. The events surrounding Maura's disappearance remain a mystery. Was it a sudden, impulsive decision to leave? Did something happen during those missing hours between 4:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m.? Or was there something more sinister at play? This marked the beginning of a case that would haunt her family, the community, and eventually, the entire world, as the internet became flooded with questions, theories, and speculation. Mysterious clues. As the investigation unfolded, strange and unsettling clues began to surface, adding more complexity to Maura Murray's case. One of the most baffling discoveries was the condition of her car after the crash. The airbags had deployed, and there was a rag stuffed in the tailpipe, which seemed like an odd attempt to hide something. There was also red liquid in the car, possibly alcohol, linking back to the bottles she had purchased earlier in the day. Maura's phone activity during the critical hours also raised more questions. Between 4:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m., her phone showed no activity, but after that, she was reportedly seen at the scene of the crash. During the brief period when she was unaccounted for, there was a 911 call reporting the crash, but Maura herself was nowhere to be found when help arrived. Furthermore, a strange detail surfaced during Maura's brief conversation with a local resident who found her near the scene. Maura claimed she had already called AI, but it seemed impossible. The area was remote, with no proper cell service, and no one could verify her claim. This miscommunication raised suspicions, leaving investigators to wonder whether Maura had made the call, or if someone else had been involved. The discovery of these odd clues only deepened the mystery surrounding Maura's disappearance. With no direct leads, it seemed that every step she took was carefully planned. Yet there were also signs of confusion and uncharacteristic behavior. Why would Maura leave her college and travel to a remote area? And what did these strange details really mean? Family search. The Murray family's search for Maura became a relentless mission, fueled by confusion, desperation, and an unyielding hope for answers. After Maura's car was found abandoned, her family was quickly alerted, and they began searching for any sign of her. The police initially took their time to investigate, and the Murrays felt frustrated by the slow response. They felt the situation was treated as a simple disappearance, rather than a possible crime scene. Maura's father, Fred Murray, took matters into his own hands. He traveled to New Hampshire, and often on his own, scoured the woods and surrounding areas in search of his daughter. While local law enforcement finally began to take action, it was Fred's constant efforts that kept the search alive in the early days. He believed that if anyone could find Maura, it would be him. His determination to uncover the truth was unwavering. The family also reached out to the public, asking anyone who might have seen Maura that night to come forward. Volunteers joined the search, and people from the community banded together to offer support. But as the days turned to weeks, and the weeks to months, the search yielded no new leads. Despite the overwhelming sense of hopelessness, the Murray family refused to stop looking. They held on to the belief that someone, somewhere, had the key to solving the mystery of what happened to Maura. Each year, they returned to New Hampshire, hoping that one day they would find the answer. With each passing year, the family's resolve only strengthened, and they remained dedicated to uncovering the truth, no matter how many years passed. Unsolved mystery. As the years passed, Maura Murray's case remained shrouded in mystery, with no concrete answers or closure for her family. Theories about what happened to her flooded the internet, but none could explain her disappearance. Some believed she simply ran away, seeking to escape her life, while others suspected foul play, with many pointing to the strange circumstances surrounding her crash and the absence of any clear signs of where she went after. Despite numerous investigations, including the search of properties nearby and even a court battle for access to records, no new information surfaced to lead investigators any closer to finding Maura. Her family faced heartbreaking false leads, including the excavation of a basement where cadaver dogs had indicated a possible burial site, only to find nothing. It was a moment of false hope that left the family even more devastated. In 2021, the discovery of human remains near Loon Mountain sparked fresh hope, but the remains were ruled out as being Maura's. The uncertainty continued to haunt her family, who had waited years for answers. Every possible theory had been explored, but the truth still eluded them. Why did Maura disappear that cold February night? Did she leave willingly, or was she taken? The mystery endures because the answers remain hidden in the shadows. The case of Maura Murray is a tragic reminder of how a single disappearance can leave a family in endless anguish, hoping for a resolution that may never come. The search for Maura continues, even after 2 decades, as her family holds on to the belief that one day, they will finally know what happened to their beloved daughter and sister. What really happened to Maura Murray? Could she have disappeared on her own? Or is there something darker at play? With so many unanswered questions, this case remains one of the most chilling mysteries. If you have your own theories or think you know something the investigators might have missed, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all of our videos on unsolved cases and shocking disappearances. Your thoughts could be the key to unlocking the truth. And don't miss our next video, Malaysia's flight MH370 still missing, still unanswered, coming soon.